meeting room will come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the Yelm FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers and determine if they're at their stations and report back to you, Madam President. The historian.
Stationed at the chapter scrapbook.
Your duties there?
Tradition and history are a source of pride for our organization. It is my duty to maintain a record of chapter achievements and promote excellence through highlighting activities, events, and accomplishments, so that our chapter membership is motivated by our past successes and looks to future achievements. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times, and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child should know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to Puerto Rico and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice is always based on true knowledge and ripens with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are numerous members and guests present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here?
To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and to develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this meeting of the Yelm FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may be properly presented.
Now please rise and turn your attention to the United States flag as the national anthem is presented by our own Mrs. Hull and her family.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
of the Yelm FFA chapter. I would like to welcome you to the awards part of our program. Our chapter is celebrating 79 years of developing quality leaders, and we're continually building success as reflected in this year's theme, Small Acts, Big Impacts. This is a night to recognize our members for their work and achievements, give thanks to individuals who contribute to the success of our chapter, and announce the new officer team that will continue to grow our chapter's success. Thank you for joining us, and let's get started. I'll now turn the podium over to Ms. Servin to start announcing the awards.
The scholarship pin symbolizes academic excellence. The following people have balanced a busy, time-consuming FFA schedule, sports, work, and other commitments while still maintaining at least a 3.0 grade point average. These individuals have maintained their focus on academic achievement and are truly taking the steps necessary to be tomorrow's leaders. FFA members, please check the special scholarship award slides we will be presenting and see if you have qualified for an award. Please ask an advisor for a pin when we return to school, and only take a scholarship pin if you have not already have one. Thank you, scholars, and congratulations. At this time, I would like to ask our principal, Mr. Johnson, to present the Lamp of Knowledge Award.
Good evening, Mr. Johnson here. Tonight it is my great pleasure to present the Yelm High School FFA Chapter Award known as the Lamp of Knowledge. The Lamp of Knowledge is presented each year to a Yelm High School senior FFA member who has the highest GPA and also has been very active in the FFA chapter here at Yelm High School. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient, the class of 2020, Alicia Nelson. Let's give Alicia a virtual round of applause. All right. Alicia has served as an FFA officer and greenhouse manager. She holds a GPA of 3.95 here at Yelm High School, and she is also one of our top 10 students. Some of Alicia's accomplishments have been, but not limited to, supporting valuable community service projects such as Adopt a Family, the Great Turkey Giveaway, and she's also helped our elementary school students by designing lessons for them. Alicia has continued to stay engaged at Yelm High School outside of FFA as well. She has participated in school activities such as being the softball team manager and also being a member of the National Honor Society. As you can tell, Alicia has been involved at Yelm High School throughout her time here these past 3 years. Beginning next fall, Alicia will attend Centralia Community College and obtain a teaching degree. She'd like to be able to teach special ed students in her future career. We're looking forward to having her return back to Yelm someday, and we can have her a part of our teaching team. In conclusion, I would like to say congratulations, Alicia Nelson, on being this year's recipient of the coveted Yelm High School FFA Chapter Lamp of Knowledge Award. Congratulations. Go Tornadoes. Graduate Yelm.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. We are going to continue with recognizing those students who have been an outstanding example in the classroom. The first award given tonight is going to go to Outstanding Agricultural Mechanics student. These students have strived here in our high school shop to be able to learn those industry skills to go straight into an industry or trade, or even into a trade school or four-year college of their choice. Before I give this award to the winner, I have a few honorable mentions. Austin Tickle, Gary Myers, Jacob Jones, Nathan Carrillo, Blaze East, and Bryce Serkanek. And without further ado, our winner of Outstanding Agricultural Mechanics student is Mr. Hunter Mole.
The Outstanding Horticulture Award goes to someone who has the strongest horticulture SAE project that I have seen since I started teaching. She's been propagating, growing, and selling plants for her whole entire FFA career. Megan has had the opportunity to develop workshops and share her love for plants at numerous events throughout our community. She has earned over $3,000 in this SAE project and has been able to work for a couple of local offices to develop their waiting room spaces. She just placed first in the state for nursery operations in her proficiency area, and I know that she's going to continue to grow this and expand it. I would like to congratulate Megan Garcia for Outstanding Horticulturist. The second award that I'd like to give that goes along with that is first an honorable mention for Mr. Green Jeans. This student is a part of the Nursery Landscape Contest, and because she's an honorable mention, I'm going to keep it really short, but congratulations to Olivia Perry. For Mr. Green Jeans, so this person has not always had a love for plants. I roped her in at her junior year in order to be a part of the Nursery Landscape Contest, and she quickly found out that naming plants was probably her favorite thing. She earned her state degree through Greenhouse Hours, and she's also participated in numerous other events and been a chapter officer. Her highlight was, and I don't want to share too much information, but taking almost dead last in her first nursery landscape contest, but then growing all the way to taking third place. If you ask her to identify a mugo pine, she could point it out any place, anytime. She was our greenhouse manager, and she helped a ton with it being very successful this year. So congratulations to Alicia Nelson on receiving the Mr. Green Jeans Award. And I'd like to turn the podium over to Miss Nash.
So I'm here to announce the Outstanding Florist Award, but before I announce the recipient of that award this year, I want to talk about 2 honorary certificates. Both of these students jump in whenever necessary, take direction, and can work without oversight. I can tell them before class what I need done, and they make sure it happens. This year's honorary recipients are Faith Gilpatrick and Nora Tarbox. Generally, I give the Outstanding Florist Award to a student who makes my job easy and listens to every word I say. I definitely can't say that about this year's recipient. She always keeps me on my toes. I am constantly thinking of ways to rattle her, excite her, or just get some sort of reaction out of her. Even though she asks me lots of questions and doesn't always trust what I say until she tries it herself, then usually I'm right, she always gets the job done. Recently, I called her and asked, in all this craziness, if I brought her flowers, if she would create arrangements for graduation and for the award ceremonies, and she jumped at the opportunity to do so, because that's the type of person she is. This year's recipient is Emily Fanslow. And I'm going to turn the podium over to Miss Lance.
Outstanding Animal Scientist. This year's award winner has competed in the chapter and district level for her proficiency for the last 3 years. She's also raised and shown and grown her project. She started with 3 animals and now has over 30 head of registered Angus and Shorthorn cattle. She's taken many classes in the animal science area over her 4-year career at Yelm High School. This year's recipient and award winner is Rebecca Griffin. Mr. Baker is going to give our 9th grade chemistry award.
Thank you, Ms. Lance. The Outstanding Agricultural Chemist is awarded to students who not only excel in the classroom, but can apply these principles to real-world applications and incorporate career readiness skills. Congratulations to this year's winner, Tyler Oglesby. I'm going to turn the podium over to Mr. Mounts.
All right, and I'm going to be lucky enough this evening to give 3 awards away. The first one is going to be Outstanding Student in Landscape. And before I do that, I've got a couple honorable mentions. I do want to recognize these students for taking both landscape design and construction and being really strong group leaders through that process. So our honorable mentions are Kaya Ramirez, John Paul Scotto, Kaylin Lingle, and Peter Dorhauer. But our outstanding student in landscape this year was a student who really embraced the subject, happened to be in my 5th period class, and 90% of the time would stay for 6th period and continue working, asking questions, trying to get clarifying points, and trying to understand the difference between a quality project and an outstanding one. This individual oftentimes would stay after class and after 6th period and ask more questions and work really hard on creating the best project available. So I want to congratulate this year's Outstanding Student in Landscape, Dylan Lawrence. The next award I have is Outstanding Student in Small Engines. I do have 1 honorable mention this year, and I want to recognize Cole Burlingame as an honorable mention in this. But when it comes to the Outstanding Student in Small Engines, I don't want to belittle anybody, but it really was no contest. This student was an advanced small engines, both 1st and 2nd semester. 2nd semester, I put him in charge of the advanced students, and they got more things running than I probably could have in that amount of time. And it's too bad that things got cut short because this student was really starting some detailed projects. As a matter of fact, I may have to convince him to come back in and put all the engines back together that got left apart in March. So I want to congratulate Makeel Olson on being this year's Outstanding Student in Small Engines. The last award I'm going to be presenting is Outstanding Project. And usually we have one student who has a really, really good project and it makes it an easy decision. And this year, it made it tough because we had 2 students who had projects that won State Star Farmer, and we had another student who won their category in proficiency. And so having that discussion and trying to decide who has the most outstanding project was a tough decision to make. But this year's winner has invested over 4 years into their project. They benefited from being a middle school member. They've earned over $67,000 through their project and has taken that money and invested it back into the family's business for a 1/3 share. And so we want to congratulate John Paul Scotto as this year's winner of Outstanding Project.
We're now going to continue with our Proficiency Awards. Many of our members take time to record their SAE work in tedious proficiency applications. The following students deserve recognition for their work. Please welcome me in recognizing Nora Tarbox, Emily Fanslow, Megan Garcia, and Harley Jo Holman. Megan Garcia received gold and placed 1st for nursery operations. Her application will be forwarded to nationals for judging. Nora Tarbox received silver and placed 3rd in state for her goat production proficiency. Harley Jo Holman placed 2nd in state and received gold also in the area of goat production. Emily Fanslow placed second in state and received silver for her application in small animal production.
The state FFA degree requirements include that a member must be an active FFA member for at least 3 years, they must have earned their Green Hand and chapter degrees, and they must complete an application that is reviewed by state staff and compared against the other applicants. We would like to recognize the following students for receiving their state degree this year: Grace Sabula, Megan Garcia, Faith Gilpatrick, Rebecca Griffin, Justin Workman, Jared Bagwell, Jacob Bagwell, Kelton Holmes, Nicholas Viramontes, Brianna Short, Camden Gubser, Olivia Perry, Emma Prophet, Caitlin Garvey, Samantha Rowetter, Natalie McLaughlin, Kaya Ramirez, Caitlin Hillman, Onita Preston, Gage Rowe, Annalise Schilter, Taylor Tompkins, and John Paul Scotto. Congratulations on your hard work and dedication.
Requirements include that a member must be an active FFA member for at least 4 years, they must have earned the Green Hand, chapter, and state degrees, and they must complete an application that is reviewed by national staff and compared against other applicants. Will the following students please watch as these candidates will be recognized for being a candidate for their American degree this year: Isabella Burke, Abby Dorhauer, Kelsey Hinton, Ty Hummel, Cassandra Hyder, Jacob Snedden, and Addison Wilson Hyde. Congratulations on your long-term dedication to the FFA, and good job to all.
We would like to recognize Mr. Johnson and Mr. Kohler, who will be receiving a very special award on behalf of the FFA.
These individuals have been selected to receive the Honorary Chapter FFA degree for their unending commitment to the success of our students and our organization. These individuals have contributed invaluable service.
It is always a pleasure to receive honorary members into the FFA. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize, from time to time, the efforts of others made on our behalf. The Honorary Chapter degree is the highest honor we can bestow on Mr. Johnson and Mr. Kohler. We want you both to know that you are truly appreciated. Madam Secretary, please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary membership. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agricultural education, business people, and others who are helping advance agricultural education and the FFA, and who have rendered outstanding service, may be elected to honorary membership by any members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Madam Secretary, will you introduce those who are to receive this honor?
Madam President, members, and guests, I am pleased to read the following names: Mr. Johnson and Mr. Kohler.
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to you the symbolic handclasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As a reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Welcome to membership.
Your contribution as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example to our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your name to the roll of honorary members.
As vice president, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say that we are proud to have you as an honorary member. May this application prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look to you for counsel and guidance.
It is because of the great respect we have for you that you've been elected to honorary membership. May we always cooperate for the benefit of all. I now confer upon you honorary membership in the Yelm chapter, present you with this token of membership. We thank you for your great work and commitment towards the FFA.
We want to present our honorary FFA degree to our very own principal, Mr. John Johnson.
And on behalf of the kids, we want to tell Mr. Johnson that they so appreciate the support, the fact that anytime they go in and talk about an activity or an idea that they have, the answer is yes. Let's figure out how this is going to work. And Mr. Johnson has been such a huge supporter of the kids, their ideas, and everything that they want to accomplish. They probably have a 3-paragraph essay written on why they awarded Mr. Johnson this award, but we'll try and keep it short and sweet and just tell him thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So our second honorary degree member is our very own Mr. Kohler here from YHS. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, and speaking on behalf of the FFA officers, they voted in Mr. Kohler, aka Wheels, for this award based off of all the work and time that he's put into the Yelm FFA. We know that he's helped come in on several different projects and been very instrumental on our safety week that we've been doing. He also is the first to volunteer to be a chaperone at state and help any of our students out any way that he can. And the kids definitely appreciate that willingness to jump in, participate, and we definitely appreciate it too. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm very honored.
We are honored this evening to have a former Yelm FFA officer, YHS graduate, recently retired Washington State FFA treasurer, and current national officer candidate Abby Dorhauer here with us tonight, and she's going to be providing us with a few words of wisdom.
Hey Yelm FFA, for those of you that I know, I hope you are all doing well and know that I miss you guys. For those of you that I don't know and who are sitting at home wondering who I am, hello, my name is Abby Dorhauer. I was this year's Washington FFA State Treasurer and former Yelm FFA member. I would first just like to say congratulations to you all on another year of hard work and incredible accomplishments. It's truly inspiring to come from a chapter that has members who are always willing to participate, to change with the times, and constantly do good for their community. This past year, I left Yelm for the majority of the year, which was a first for me since I've grown up here. I met new people every day, stayed in a different place every night, experienced places in Washington I didn't even know existed, and gained new perspectives. I loved that there was no day like the last and that you could never truly plan for anything, which this was a new concept for me. And I'm sure it would be a new concept for a lot of people. Whether we think we are planners or not, many of us have expectations for how things are gonna go. A lot of times I think many of us set a plan for how we want our life to look, or at least the next couple years into the future. Now, I am someone who likes to be prepared for anything life is gonna throw my way, so I fully support having a plan. However, having a plan can sometimes give us tunnel vision. We are so focused on following through with it that we become blind to all the other opportunities that are available to us along our way. Last summer, we took a family vacation to Florida, and Disney World happened to be one of those stops. We were only there for a couple days, so we knew we had to use our time wisely. And in order to do that, this meant we had to speed walk everywhere and only go on rides that were A, our absolute favorites, or B, ones where we could get splashed because it was unimaginably hot. Unfortunately, one of the most traditional rides at Disney World didn't meet the criteria and was written out of the plan. That's right, we were planning on skipping It's a Small World. The first day we were there though, we found ourselves taking a break near a water fountain right in front of the ride. As my family and I sat on the curb of a raised flower bed, drenched in sweat because it was July in Florida, we all recognized that the tent-covered line to It's a Small World and a soothing boat ride through the building was exactly what we needed at that moment. So we took advantage of the opportunity. Everything was going great and we were enjoying our time until the boat stopped. We were stuck. surrounded by dolls and the song that never ends. I thought to myself, of course this would happen. The one time we decide to stray from the plan, something bad has to happen. Except 20 minutes went by, and it actually wasn't that bad. We all ended up taking a nap out of the sun, resting our feet that had been running all day, and when the Disney employees finally fished us out of that river, they gave us not one, but 2 fast passes that we could use for any ride at any time that day. To this day, we still look back on that trip and say it was the best thing that could have ever happened to us that day. And none of it would have happened if we hadn't seen the opportunity in front of us and strayed from the plan just a little. Now, I'm not telling you this in hopes that your next trip to Disneyland or Disney World, you think twice about skipping the It's a Small World ride. But rather, the next time a door opens itself to you that isn't part of your plan, you think twice before closing it. There are so many factors in this world that make us who we are, and sometimes entering a door that no one expects you to enter, not even yourself, can be the one factor that can bring out the best in us and lead you down a whole new path. It's easy to stick to our comforts, to go with what we know and plan to live the life we envision ourselves living. But it's okay to take a chance. In fact, I encourage you all to take a chance. Do something that will give you new perspective, a new passion, a new direction. It doesn't have to be big. It could be as simple as trying a new CDE or LDE, raising a lamb instead of a goat, or taking a class in college that you would have never thought twice about taking in high school. Whatever it is, stray from your plan a little. Take a chance, and hopefully you will look back and think, that was the best decision I ever made. Thank you for letting me be a part of your banquet this year. Over the past couple years, Banquet has become a nice bookend to the school year. So thank you for adapting your plan just a little and putting on an excellent virtual banquet. I hope that in these times you stick to the things that comfort you, but also get out of your comfort zone a little and try something new.
Thank you, Abby. We appreciate your willingness to take time out of your busy schedule to attend and present at our banquet. Thank you for serving our chapter and also serving our state with pride. We wish you the best of luck next fall with your position as a National Officer candidate. I would like to recognize the nursery landscape team consisting of Alicia Nelson, Olivia Perry, Emily Fanslow, Santasia Baldridge, and Alexandra Rowe. The nursery landscape contest is a team that takes a test, works on landscape knowledge, plant identification, and also a list of practicums. This team will compete later on in June, and we will find out their state placings after that.
The floral CDE team takes a test on floral industry knowledge, flower identification, tool identification, design principles, and works as a team to figure out a practicum. This year's team consisted of Caitlin Garvey, Nora Tarbox, Brianna Short, Taylor Tompkins, Summer Hildreth, Lillian Goodwin, and Emily Fanslow. Also participating at the local level, Claire Halverson, Madison Beckstrand, and Morgan Dowd.
The first year member contest consists of a knowledge test, team practicum, and presentation to a panel of judges. This is a very large and competitive competition at state, and I have no doubt that our team would have performed amazing given the chance to compete this year. Unfortunately, this team was adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and was canceled. The competing members this year would have been Tyler Oglesby, Della Cobble, Samuel Tupis, and Ben Carney. We hope that all of our first year members continue to be actively involved next year. You have all done an outstanding job, and we look forward to great things to come from you in the future.
The Agricultural Communications CDE includes a massive amount of work before state convention on the intricacies of mass media communication. Team members also compete in a team problem as well as individual practicums in the various areas of communication. This year's team consisted of Noelle Harshfield, Soraya Champlin, Ashton Viticio, and Azariah Carter.
I would like to congratulate the sales team members of Alicia Nelson, Olivia Perry, Isabella Bonham, Emma Prophet, Kylie Olson, Nico Viramontes, Azariah Carter, and Glenn Quasenberry. Agriculture sales plays an important role in the marketing process. Through this contest, students have the opportunity to prepare for careers in sales by participating in a wide range of activities oriented around the total sales process. We hope that these students will continue to compete in this next year.
The Marketing Plan Career Development event requires students to develop a written plan that includes a market analysis, business proposition, strategic action plan, and a budget. They must also make a verbal presentation to a set of judges. This year's team was not able to compete at state due to the COVID-19 pandemic and secondary fear of the vicious murder hornets. I do want to recognize the individuals that put a lot of time and effort into their plan marketing the Kings out of Puyallup. So at this time, I'd like to recognize Natalie McLaughlin, Samantha Rowetter, and Anna Nicholson. The Employment Skills Contest allows students to prepare for the entire hiring process of any job, creating a cover letter, resume, application, personal interview, telephone interview, follow-up correspondence, and networking activities. We had 2 students participate in this contest this year, and I want to recognize both Kaya Ramirez and Harley Jo Holman for a job well done. Thank you.
The Creed Speaking Contest requires the contestant to memorize 5 paragraphs, present them with feeling and emotion, and then answer 3 questions about the Creed. Please join me in congratulating the following members as they competed at different levels with the Creed Speaking competition. Competing at sub-districts, we had Marissa Roberts, Morgan Shackle, and Caden Ward. Competing at districts, we have Mariah Cortinez. And competing at the state level, Ileana Wall and Madison Westfall.
The Conducted Chapter CDE consists of first-year members who run an official FFA meeting using basic parliamentary procedure. Congratulations to this year's members, Leah Gasky, Kaylee Noon, Natalie Webster, Alexis Little, Elise Johnson, and Stanley Sneed.
Next up, we will be recognizing those who participated in the Prepared Public Speaking Leadership Development event. Prepared Public Speaking requires that a contestant to research a topic, prepare a written transcript, and then follow the transcript word for word as they present their 6 to 8 minute speech to a panel of judges. At the conclusion of this, they have to answer 5 minutes worth of questions. This year, we want to recognize both Kaya Ramirez and Kaylin Lingle. Extemporaneous public speaking. Extemporaneous speaking requires the individual to be informed and have gathered information on all major agricultural issues in the nation. They then draw 3 topics, select one, and are given 30 minutes to prepare a 4 to 6 minute speech. They immediately go into the next room, deliver that 4 to 6 minute speech, and answer 5 minutes worth of questions. We want to recognize Peter Dorhauer for a job well done, as he is the only member this year to participate in the extemporaneous speaking contest.
The Poultry Evaluation Career Development event tests students' skills in the production, processing, and marketing of chickens, turkeys, and processed poultry products and eggs. This year, we had 2 state contests. I'd like to congratulate Harley Jo Holman and Kelton Holmes for their participation at the Puyallup Fair. And competing later this month will be Caitlin Garvey, Brianna Short, Ileana Wall, and Kendall Lawson.
The Hall of Chapters contest challenges students to display and deliver the best possible presentation on how agriculture and FFA is represented in our chapter in front of a panel of judges. Caitlin Garvey, Kelton Holmes, and Brianna Short were the competitors in this event this year. Our next presenter will be a member from the Yelm FFA Alumni, and it is because of our alumni strong support and effort that many of our activities and members have been successful. We would now like to welcome the Yelm FFA alumni to the podium to share with you a little information about the alumni, and will present scholarships. Please join me in welcoming the Yelm FFA alumni.
Hi, my name is Ira Holman. I am a Yelm FFA Alumni Committee member. The FFA Alumni Committee is a group of like-minded individuals that come together to support our local FFA chapter. We do this in various ways to include providing food and refreshment at local FFA events, donating monetarily to the youth market student projects, and by awarding scholarships every year. To secure funding for these scholarships and donations, we hold 3 major fundraisers throughout the year. The first is the STP refreshment stand. The second is our 4th of July fireworks stand. And the third is our annual car show. If you'd like to join us or just get more information on what it is we really do, please reach out to your student's ag advisor and they will point you in the right direction. Today, I am here to hand out scholarships. The Alumni Committee hands out 6 $500 scholarships to the students that best exemplify community service, FFA involvement, leadership, and academics. We also hand out a $200 Johnson Family Foundation scholarship to the student that excels in the trades. And we hand out the Chris McIntyre Memorial Fund Scholarship. This scholarship is given to the student that best exemplifies Chris McIntyre's passion for the FFA, leadership, community service, and his dedication to student athletics. So without further ado, let's hand out some scholarships. Our first $500 scholarship recipient is Megan Garcia. Megan is an outstanding young lady that has been accepted at both the University of Washington and the University of Hawaii. Great job, Megan. Our second $500 alumni scholarship goes to Alicia Nelson. Alicia has held the position of 3rd Vice President. She will be attending Centralia College before she transfers to Central Washington University. Great job, Alicia. Our third $500 scholarship goes to Taylor Tompkins. Taylor is currently on the Yelm FFA officer team and holds the position of the Sentinel. She will be attending St. Martin's University in the fall. Awesome job, Taylor. The Chris McIntyre Memorial Award recipient is Megan Garcia. Megan, your commitment, community service, student athletics, and your efforts within the FFA chapter itself are truly inspiring. We are proud to award you this memorial scholarship. That is all of the scholarships I have to award this year. So for the class of 2021, we look forward to seeing all your applications next year. Get them in early. We can't wait to give them to you. Thank you.
The Star Green Hand Award is presented to the outstanding first-year FFA member who has exhibited leadership qualities in FFA, our school, and community, who also have been active in chapter and state FFA activities, maintaining a satisfactory GPA in all coursework, and best emulates citizenship, leadership, scholarship, and cooperation. I'm extremely proud to present this award to Ileana Wall.
The Star Chapter Degree Award is presented to the outstanding second-year member. This member must show exceptional leadership, set a positive example for new members, and demonstrated excellence in the classroom. This year's recipient is Eli Klein. Eli has worked on numerous projects this year, including the campus cleanup, local dinner, and was a leader on the food science CDE team. Eli also runs his own business as an SAE project. Congratulations, Eli.
The FFA Advisors Award is an award presented to a student who goes above and beyond to serve the members of our chapter. I'll never forget the first day of seeing the student enter my classroom, and ever since then, always greets myself and others with a bright, beaming smile, is always willing to lend a hand, and never says no when it comes to helping others. I would like to congratulate Brianna Short for winning the FFA Advisors Award this year.
The DeKalb Award is an award that is given from the National FFA. The DeKalb Foundation recognizes an individual who has 3 areas of their FFA membership: their classroom, their academics, and also their SAE. This year's award recipient is a person who I was honored to have as a 9th grader. It has been wonderful watching them grow and mature throughout the last 4 years. Congratulations to this year's winner, Alicia Nelson.
The next award that we will be awarding this evening is the Blue and Gold Award. This award goes out to the Yelm FFA member who best emulates what the blue and gold stands for. And this year, we had a lot of good candidates, but after much deliberation, we decided to pick an individual who may not have always been in the limelight, may not have always been on the officer team, but has participated in FFA all 4 years and been a key part of several of our activities. When I think about the activities that they've led over the last 12 months, they were a really strong leader in the landscape construction class, a really good leader on our local community dinner that we had, and always a very avid spokesperson for our chapter, speaking at not only bond and levy committee events, but also representing us at the district level and just being a strong advocate. This individual we could always count on to get the job done. They may not have been there 24/7, but when we needed something done, they definitely were on it, and we had action immediately. So I'd like to congratulate this year's winner, Kaylin Lingle. Our next award this evening is going to be the Outstanding FFA Member Award. Now, some of you may be like, hey, that's the Blue and Gold Award, but the Outstanding FFA Member really encompasses a lot more. We're looking for an individual who's been a Yelm FFA member and not necessarily at the front lines of everything, but been at everything. Has a strong SAE project, participates in recreation and committee activities, and someone, when you think of an FFA event, you always think of their face being at. And I could not imagine a better recipient this year. This individual has participated in so many FFA activities over the last 4 years. I can't recall an activity they have not attended. They've earned their state degree. They've been very active in their Rabbit SAE project. And when we think of our outstanding member this year, it was a unanimous vote that this award went to Damon Hurd Shackelford. Congratulations, Damon.
Today I'm going to be giving the President's Award and the Retiring Officer plaques. We have a little bit of a tradition that we don't spend a ton of time talking about our retiring officers, except for those that are seniors. So first, for our President's Award, Harley Jo Holman. Congratulations. Retiring officers include First Vice President Caitlin Garvey, Second Vice President Natalie McLaughlin, Third Vice President Alicia Nelson, First Secretary Emma Prophet, Second Secretary Kaya Ramirez, Third Secretary Olivia Perry, Treasurer Kelton Holmes, Reporter Kylie Olson, Sentinel Taylor Tompkins, and Historian Brianna Short. Taylor has been involved in the FFA program since she was a freshman. Taylor is quite possibly one of the best fundraisers we have ever had in our program. Last year alone, she sold 67 pizza cards, raising $335 to fund chapter activities. Taylor has a stubborn side. When you try to push her out of her comfort zone, she definitely fights back. But what I really appreciate about her is that once she thinks about it, she usually does what you've asked because she knows it's the best way to grow. This year as a chapter officer, Taylor excelled in encouraging and interacting with younger members. She has been a valuable part of the Floral CDE team and has been dedicated to raising swine as our SAE project for the last few years. Congratulations, Taylor. We'll miss you.
Coffee stops, blasting music, TikToks, and Mugo Pines. Whenever I hear these words or I see these things, I will forever think of this person. You are one of the most driven students that I've ever had. I will never forget your first state convention. Pretty sure it was the first time without your mom. Or your first nursery landscape trip where you scored amazing on plant ID. I secretively know how competitive you are, and I know that that last nursery trip really fueled your fire. Without getting into too many details, you always have a smile on your face, even if you don't feel amazing, and you're willing to always put your best foot forward. I love that you know exactly when it's the right time to be sassy, and I am also glad that next year you are not too far away so you can come back and help out. We will miss you next year, Alicia.
And now the part that a lot of you have been waiting for, we're going to announce our next year's officer team. But before we do that, we wanted to talk just for a second because we decided to do a few things differently.
And no, we're not talking about the novel coronavirus, otherwise known as COVID-19.
Or the secondary fear that the murder hornets were going to come and wipe out 2021. Or the reemergence of smallpox in December.
There are a lot of unknowns going into next year, so we wanted to make sure that Yelm FFA was well equipped with an amazing group of student leaders.
So this year, like Ms. Nash said, we're going to be changing things up and we'll be announcing the following positions. President, junior advisor, 3 vice presidents, 3 secretaries, a treasurer, a reporter, a sentinel, a historian, a parliamentarian, and an executive committee members.
Litter? Oh, it's your FFA executive committee. Samuel Tumpas. Summer Hildreth. And Abigail Ikari.
What is this? It's the announcement of our parliamentarian, Azariah Carter.
All right, the 2021 Yelm historian is...
Meep, meep.
Your 2021 historian, CJ Gubser.
Sentinel, Ileana Wall.
Whoa! Laffy Taffy says jokes on every wrapper. I bet this one has an awesome joke. Wait a sec. This isn't a joke. It says the 2021 Yelm FFA chapter reporter is Nora Tarbox.
Hey, Miss McLean. Is there anything I need to do here before the end of the year?
I don't think so. Oh, wait, my messy desk. There is one thing. You need to announce that Kelton Holmes will be the treasurer for FFA.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Look. Oh, what's that? Don't eat that, no. Oh, interesting. Kylie Olson is your 3rd secretary.
Second secretary? Is Olivia Perry.
Next year's first secretary is... Caitlin? Kylie... Oh, shoot.
Now I remember!
Kendall Lawson.
What's that noise? Oh, maybe the chicks have hatched. Oh, looks like one didn't finish hatching. Let's try to help it along. Oh, it's the announcement of our third vice president, Natalie McLaughlin. Hey, Mr. Chisholm, I have this engine, and I can't seem to get it to run.
Well, let's take a look. Oh, there's your problem. You got Yelm FFA's new 2020-2021 second vice president stuck in your carburetor.
Who would have thought?
Oh, geez. And it is Brianna Short.
First vice president. Nope. Nope. Is Kaya Ramirez.
Oh, what's this? It's the announcement of our junior advisor, Caitlin Garvey.
Miss Hall?
Yes?
I have a special announcement.
You do?
I would like to announce our 2021 FFA president, Harley Jo Holman.
We want to thank everyone for participating this evening. And again, want to give all of our award recipients a big round of applause. Thank you for making this year the best year possible.